going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of MavAttack. Now, if you don't know what video your ass just clicked on, this is a list of my top 10 cel-shaded video games. So basically, some people love them, some people hate them, but cel-shaded games have a special place in my heart. They move away from the norm of photorealistic graphics and give games a more artsy, cartoon/comic book style to it. Games that include cel-shaded graphics usually age well like a fine wine, and they tend to be a lot more beautiful in color and vibrancy. Popularized by Jet Set Radio on Dreamcast, but first introduced by Fear Effect on PS1, don't get it twisted, I was able to find a list on the internet of every cel-shaded game, so the games on my list fell into this category. And now if you disagree with why some of these games can be considered cel-shaded, we can definitely discuss that in the comment section below. And also, I really,
Oops, I'm sorry.
What are you doing? What?
I'm working on some top secret stuff.
So you're just messing around with stuff, okay.
I apologize.
Well, can I continue, or are you just gonna...
No, go right ahead. Sorry, everyone.
Alright, you should be sorry.
I had
Also, these games are on my list for their graphic style only. My views aren't based on gameplay, story, soundtrack, etc., although they do help emphasize the graphic style. It's simply based on the graphic style and art direction. And these are also in no particular order. Every game is awesome on this list, nothing's in order, so don't get mad at me because Borderlands is like 10 on the list. So, without further ado, let's fucking start.
Borderlands.
Borderlands is a game that takes you to the distant planet of Pandora to search for an ancient vault full of riches, while running into an eclectic palette of enemies, bad guys, guns, environments, and missions. Borderlands is great because, in using the cel-shaded style, it differentiates itself from many first-person shooters and sets itself apart from most games that use a photorealistic graphic style.
Viewtiful Joe.
Joe, an avid moviegoer turned movie star action hero in Viewtiful Joe, is a fun 2D, 3D side-scrolling cel-shaded fighting game. That's a whole lot. The enemies and effects used in the game complement the cel-shaded style, and it's just an overall great looking game. Viewtiful Joe was critically acclaimed for its unique visual style and gameplay, earning itself a number of awards from various media publications at the time of its release.
Jet Set Radio.
Although Fear Effect was technically released a few months earlier than Jet Set and used true cel-shaded graphics, many gamers consider Jet Set Radio to be the first and most effective cel-shaded game to be released. Skating, spray painting, doing tricks, getting into trouble, they're all complemented by the radical cel-shaded graphic style of this game at the time.
Dragon Quest VIII.
I didn't ever have the chance to play Dragon Quest VIII, but I was able to watch a friend play, and I think this was the better option in the long run. The game is so pretty, using the cel-shaded style for its characters and great looking 3D backgrounds. I think if I were to play this game, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to truly appreciate the graphics of the game due to the story and the gameplay. It's all rich and super in-depth.
Okami.
Okami places you in the role of the sun goddess who takes the form of a white wolf to save the land from darkness. The use of cel shading mixed with the ink wash painting style gives it such a beautiful and unique look that the game is a must-have, purely based off of its visual art style. Overall, Okami is just something so amazing to look at, especially now since it's been remastered on the PS3 in HD. No excuse not to have played this game already. Psh.
Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD.
The reason HD is on this list is simply because HD. Wind Waker is a gorgeous game that clearly defines the cel-shaded art style to a T. Not to say that the original Wind Waker wasn't beautiful, but having it in HD just takes it up a notch. It's the best showcase of just how amazing the graphic style can be. With its vibrant colors, its bright and dark environments, it's a game that truly gives you an overall feeling of enjoyment and happiness, and I can fully say that this is the poster child of cel-shaded games.
A Hat in Time.
A Hat in Time is an up-and-coming indie game from the developers Gears for Breakfast, but it's on this list because the game pushes Unreal Engine 3 to the max and is truly beautiful in art direction and style. The colors are vibrant and beautiful to match the whimsical soundtrack and playstyle of the game. It has a similar Wind Waker feel to it. If you want to see more about this game, click the center of the screen now to watch a video from myself on the 5 reasons why you should be hyped about A Hat in Time. Something amazing.
The Simpsons game.
The Simpsons game is an underrated title. Now I know what you're thinking, why the hell is this game on here, but did you actually play the game? It was so fun during its time on the PS3 and Xbox 360. It used cel shading to effectively bring a cartoon from the 2D television screen to an interactive and zany 3D gaming adventure starring all of the people you love. Besides a 3D cel shaded Springfield, it just looks visually amazing.
13.
13 used a cel shading style to push its comic book like James Bond mashup together to really make you feel like you're playing in a 3D secret agent comic book. Shooting at people and saying bang, pow, and boom on the screen only added to that comic book effect that the cel shading complemented so well. And if you never had the chance to play 13, oh man, I feel so bad for you. I mean, look at it in the background, come on, really?
The Wolf Among Us.
The Wolf Among Us is technically cel shaded, although its effect is used drastically less than, say, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Anytime The Wolf Among Us is brought up by myself, I have a hard time not going on a tangent about how amazing it is. But as far as the art graphics and lighting go, the game is amazing. Visually, it's just beautiful, and the graphic style goes perfectly with the obscure soundtrack of the game. If you haven't played Wolf Among Us yet, please consider doing so. It's a fun, interactive adventure game. I guarantee it. If you like the Walking Dead game, not that booty-ass survival instincts bullshit, but the actual Walking Dead Telltale game, cop Wolf Among Us. Don't even think about it, just cop it. So one last thing before I get you guys out of here is a list of honorable mentions. Games that I couldn't put on my list, but I really wanted to, and they fell just short of being on here. So we got Cell Damage, Killer 7, and No More Heroes. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode of MavAttack. And don't forget, there is a like button there, so if you like the video, please be sure to do so. There is a subscribe button, so if you aren't subscribed yet, please consider it. I'm not going to force you to, only if you want to. And also, if you could share this video with at least like 1 or 2 of your friends and get them to watch it, it would make all the difference to me. But I will see you guys on the next episode of MavAttack, motherfucker.